today I want to talk about the Indiana commissioner sales because they are coming up now. And I like these tax sales because you don't bid down the interest rate. You bid up the price of the lien, and so you get a decent rate on your investment. And I particularly like the commissioner sales better than the regular sales, and I'll tell you why. For one thing, the price of the lien is lowered in the commissioner sale. See, here's how tax sales work in Indiana. If it doesn't sell in the regular sale, which happens in the fall, then the lien is certified to the county commissioner and is sold in the commissioner sale. Sometimes they call it a certificate sale. So it might be called the commissioner's tax sale. It might be called the tax certificate sale, as opposed to the tax lien sale, which happens in the fall. Or they might call it the commissioner's certificate sale, okay? But what happens is these sales usually happen in late winter, early spring. And in these sales, not only is the price of the lien lowered, the starting bid is lowered, but the redemption period is shortened. So instead of a 1-year redemption period that you have with your Indiana tax liens that you purchase at the tax lien sale in the fall, if you purchase a lien in the commissioner's sale, it's only a 4-month redemption period. Okay, so that's why I like these sales. And this year, because of COVID, many of them are online. In years past, only 2 or 3 of them were online. But now, because of the shutdowns and the pandemic, more of them are online. I'm doing this with a software called StreamYard, which is going to allow me to easily show my screen to you because I have slides I want to show you today about these Indiana tax sales and about the training that I have coming up. It's a done with you training, and that means that I do the training while the tax sales are going on, okay? And this is a done with you training for the Indiana commissioner sales. I've never done this before. But I wanted to do it this year because many of these sales are online that weren't online before, and because these are, this is a tax sale that I like in a state that I like to invest in. And these are the upcoming commissioner sales for 2021. And by the way, these are only the ones that are online. There are other ones that are live. So if you live in Indiana or you're close to Indiana, maybe Illinois or Southern Michigan, you might want to actually go to the live sales instead of the online sales. But these are the online sales that are coming up, and these are open for registration now. LaPorte County is open now for registration, and registration ends on March 3rd. Bidding starts March 4th and ends on March 5th. St. Joseph County is open now for bidding, ends on March 16th. I mean, open now for registration, not for bidding. Bidding starts the day after they close registration normally for these Indiana sales. So they're going to close registration March 16th. Bidding starts the 17th and ends on the 19th. So you could see that these go on for a couple of days, sometimes 3 days. And I'll tell you why in a minute, as soon as I go through these counties. There's another county that is not listed on this slide, and I grabbed the wrong slide because I did fix this and I forgot to, hold on, let me fix it again. Okay, because let me just put Cass County in here because I thought I did this. Cass County is open for registration until March 25th. And bidding, now Cass County doesn't have a lot of properties, so bidding starts and ends on the same day on March 26th. I'll make this bigger so you guys can see it in a minute as soon as I'm done doing this. And let me just bold Cass County so you could see that better. And then I will go back to showing that slide so you could see it. Okay. All right. So Henry County is open for registration until March 17th. Bidding starts the 18th, ends on the 22nd. And Cass County, like I said, is open until March 25th. Bidding starts and ends on the 26th. And that's because they don't have quite as much in that sale. Now, before I go through the rest of the counties that are going to be opening up, they're open for registration now. Okay, all these counties are open for registration now. But here's what happens at these sales. Remember, I told you that the tax lien that didn't sell in the fall gets certified to the commissioner's sale, gets sold in the spring or late winter. But what happens is that they don't just have the liens that didn't sell this year in the sale. They also have what they call repeater liens from last year or from prior years. So sometimes they have two lists, and the first list gets sold on that first day normally, even if they have a lot of liens. Lake County usually has over 1,000 liens on the new list, and they will get sold on that first day. And then on the second and third days, they'll bring up the repeaters. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that's why these sales go on for some of them for 2 or 3 days, because they might have a few thousand liens. Okay, because they're going to do the ones that, and they could have more than 1,000 just in the new liens. Like Lake County has more than 1,000 just in the new liens, and then the old liens, they might have, 10 or 20,000. So, okay, so that's why it goes on for sometimes 3 days in some of these counties. Some have more than others. Cass doesn't have many, and that's why theirs is only 1 day. Vigo County is open for registration until March 29th. Bidding starts the 29th and ends March 31st. Elkhart County is open for registration until March 30th. Bidding begins on the 31st and ends on April 2nd. Now, let's see. Lake County. Now, this you have to take note of because Lake County is open for registration until March 11th. It started yesterday, but you have to register in person. Bidding is online, but you have to register in person, and bidding starts on April 7th and ends on April. Actually, I'm sorry. Bidding starts on April 6th and ends on April 9th. That's an error in that slide. All right. Okay, I have 2 things to tell you about today. One is the Done With You training for the Indiana Commissioner Sales. And you could find out more about it. You could register if you want to. If you just go to taxlienlady.com/Indiana, it'll bring up that page. Okay, and here's what this consists of. It'll be 4 modules delivered over 6 weeks while the tax sales are happening. And I just got done with a training that I did in Arizona, which was 4 weeks, 4 modules, and we did a module each week. The reason why I'm not doing that with the Indiana tax sales is because they're a little more spread out. All right. They're going to be happening from the end of February, probably until the beginning of May. Now, I'm not going to stretch it out that long, but the sales that I want to do it while these tax sales are going on are happening, most of them are happening in March, and Lake County doesn't happen, even though registration is happening now, the actual sale doesn't happen until the beginning of April. So we're going to start March 1st. The first module is going to come out the 1st of March, which is a Monday. Each of the modules will be published on a Monday. And then that Wednesday, on Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern time, we're going to have a live mentoring call where you could come and ask me your questions, and I can help you with any problems that you're having or anything that you need to do. Now, along with that, you're also going to get 30 days in the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, which is going to give you access to tax sale finders. Now, tax sale finders is a way that you're going to find out about these tax sales, learn when they're happening, how many parcels are in the sale, whether they're online or live. Pick the sales that you want to go to and actually look at the properties in the sale and get property reports on properties. You'll be able to filter the list without even buying the list, filter the list, and then look at the properties in the sale, get the property reports, and then I do recommend that you physically look at the properties before you actually bid, if you can. Okay, and I will go over that in the course. And so the first 3 courses are every other week. From March 3rd is the first 3 mentoring calls are every other week. The modules are going to come out those weeks. So the first module is going to come out March 1st. Then we'll have a mentoring call March 3rd. The next module will come out 2 weeks later on March 15th. And we'll have a mentoring call that Wednesday, March 17th. And then March 29th. 2 weeks later, we'll have the 3rd module come out. That Wednesday, we'll have another mentoring call. And then the next week, those last 2 calls are only a week apart. And our last call is going to be on April 7th while the Lake County sale is going on. Okay,